You're listening to The Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates. Thanks to Concordia University, Wisconsin for supporting The Coffee Hour. Find out more about Concordia University, Wisconsin at cuw.edu. There's great opportunity right around the corner, and I will share that with you today. Joining us, the Reverend Brian Heller, manager of LCMS Specialized Pastoral Ministry. Chaplain Heller, welcome.
Yeah, thanks. Great to be back.
And I think it's important to point out that I use the phrase Chaplain Heller, which is kind of significant in the topic we're going to talk about today, right?
Absolutely, right.
So you served as a chaplain in an institutional setting for quite a while.
Yeah, so I've had experience serving as a chaplain in a hospital setting, trauma hospital, so a lot of different experiences on that end. And then most recently, serving as a chaplain at Lutheran Senior Services here in St. Louis.
And just recently, you joined the LCMS International Center to serve as the manager for Specialized Pastoral Ministry. In a nutshell, what is Specialized Pastoral Ministry?
Right. So we get this question all the time, and there's a lot of confusion, too, about Specialized Pastoral Ministry and how we're different than specific ministry pastors. So SPM, SMP are two different things. We encounter a lot of folks that don't understand, kind of the acronyms and the differences there.
Sure. I'm a DCE, so I understand.
So you understand how that works. Right, exactly. So Specialized Pastoral Ministry, otherwise known as SPM, really focuses on our professional church workers, roster church workers who serve in institutional settings, whether it be a hospital, a hospice, prisons, things like that, and also in just different areas as well. So it doesn't have to be just institution. We have several emergency response chaplains serving police and fire departments across the nation. Also, folks serving in disaster response. So there's just a whole wide range of opportunities for church workers to serve the church through these different avenues and different realms.
Is there education that is kind of, I would say, maybe unique for someone serving in this field, in addition to, if they're ordained, they've gone to seminary, or maybe one of the commissioned folks and their regular route of training? Is there any additional training that might be included or useful for someone serving in this kind of field? So
most of especially on the institutional side, hospitals, things like that, they're going to require what's called clinical pastoral education, CPE. So that would be kind of the additional training that church workers would undertake to serve in these roles. CPE is really just it's a multi-faith organization. So there's some give and take there. There are definitely some gems that come from that training, including, how to be a better listener, how to be more aware of yourself in visits, things like that. What we're hoping to do through the SPM office is actually develop something akin to CPE, kind of taking those jewels from it, but really emphasizing our Lutheran heritage for spiritual care that goes, all the way back to Luther, and of course, all scriptural, and really putting an emphasis on how do we as Lutheran church workers bring something unique to the table, and really emphasizing that training, and hopefully in the next few years have something to roll out for our LCMS church workers serving in these specialized roles.
And an opportunity for continuing education for people serving in specialized pastoral ministry is right around the corner. So one opportunity to continue that education is with the upcoming conference. Tell us about it.
So exactly. So we got the Specialized Pastoral Ministry Conference coming up February 28th, starting around 3:30 p.m. with a beautiful Vesper service all day March 1st here at the International Center in St. Louis. And really what this conference is designed to do is, as you said, Andy, provide continuing education for our church workers serving in these specialized contexts. So really the conference is designed for these church workers, but really, it's open to anyone, right? So if there's church workers, pastors, deaconesses, even DCEs, we've had an increasing interest from DCEs to serve in these roles, to come out, find out what we're about, see what it's like to be serving, as a hospital chaplain, emergency services chaplain, things like that. And also we want to encourage our university students, our seminary students to come to us as well. We're actually offering free tuition if you're a college student, seminary student, to come in person for this event.
Very good. So who are the presenters and what are we going to learn about at this event?
Right. So we are blessed to have President Harrison speak to us, giving us some words of wisdom, encouragement, things like that. We're also going to hear from a couple of Concordia St. Louis Seminary professors, Dr. Jeff Gibbs. He's going to be talking about how the theology of the resurrection of the body really can enhance our spiritual care as we minister those in the midst of dying, and what joy that our theology brings into those settings. Also, Dr. Rick Mars is going to go over some spiritual care basics and some skills. And of course, he's got a lot of expertise in this field. So we're looking forward to hearing from him as well.
Both of those are great gems in the LCMS.
Oh, they're fantastic.
Just great resources for helping us how to care and how to care for our brothers and sisters. Yeah, great resources.
Exactly. Excellent. Yeah. So, and kind of some other things that are going to be happening at this conference is going to be Deaconess Dr. Tiffany Manor and myself will present on some really exciting updates for SPM, things that we want, that our vision looking forward, ways that we can really start equipping, enhancing, and supporting our church workers serving in these different fields. So we're really hoping to, emphasize things on networking opportunities, continuing education. We're going to have actually Deaconess Manor's husband, Jonathan Manor, who's of PALS and continuing education, come in and also speak about some of the things that we're hoping to do with continuing education to really provide some good opportunities throughout the year regionally for our chaplains. So there's going to be a lot of exciting things going on at this conference, and definitely ways for our church workers serving in these contexts to learn, grow, network with one another, collaborate, and also for those interested in these works, just to see what it's all about. And hopefully we're all about having people serve in these roles. We've got tons of RSOs out there that are just dying for good, solid LCMS chaplains to serve across the nation. So we really want to keep on growing this field and equipping our church workers for all of these different avenues to serve in.
Very good. Well, tell us some of the details. Dates. You mentioned it's here at the LCMS International in St. Louis.
Yep.
So what are the dates?
Yep. So February 28th, it's going to start at 3:30 p.m. with our vesper service. We're going to have SPM updates that evening. Have a nice dinner and lunch. So dinner on the 28th and lunch the next day on the 1st are all included with in-person registration. On March 1st, we'll get things going with some sessions. We're going to hear from President Harrison that day. Lunch, different opportunities for sessions. So we've got a lot of speakers, a lot of different presenters. I was just highlighting some of the plenary sessions that we're going to have, but just a whole wide range of opportunities for continuing education at this. So we got the in-person registration that we've been talking about. That runs about $50. And we also have an option for folks that aren't able to make it here to view it online. So a virtual registration, that cost is $25 to get access to that. In-person registration, that closes out February 17th. So definitely sign up. Virtual registration goes all the way up to the start of the conference. So if you're not able to make it, then miss the deadline. There's always the option to register virtually for this as well.
So if you can't attend in person, there's the opportunity to attend virtually. Yep. However, attending in person gives you that bonus of being able to do some networking and
Yep.
meet others who are serving in similar fields and learn from their experience as well.
Exactly. So definitely encourage folks that they're able to make it to come in person and just build those connections. One of the things I hear most in the SPM office, I've only been doing this for 3 months, but the number one things I hear is chaplains expressing isolation, loneliness, things like that. This is an opportunity for chaplains to network with one another, find encouragement, find support when they may not be finding it in their institutions. So really, really great opportunity for our chaplains.
All right. How can we find information about registration?
Right. So as far as registration is concerned, there's definitely a few different ways to do this. Last week, we updated our Facebook page on social media that has all the registration information there. So hop on over to LCMS SPM on Facebook to find that information. If you're not on social media, we encourage you to reach out to our SPM office. Our email address is spm@lcms.org. Send me an email. I can get you that information for registration. And this is also updated on the LCMS calendar page. So under the list of events, there should be information there for this SPM conference as well. There's a whole different avenues for registering. We want to make it as accessible as possible.
And we'll provide a link in the notes today as well. LCMS Specialized Pastoral Ministry. I was just looking on Facebook to make sure I could find it on there too.
Were you able to find it?
I was, yeah.
Good,
so
great.
You can type in LCMS SPM and it comes up, LCMS Specialized Pastoral Ministry. Great. Okay, so you can find it on social media, on the LCMS website. Excellent.
Perfect.
And so you can register there. What about lodging in St. Louis, things like that? Information there on the website as well?
There's going to be, what we're going to do is once we find out our in-person registration, we're going to send an email update to all those folks. So they expect to find an email if you register in person with information about lodging, things of those, just more kind of those other details as well. So
very good.
That'll be coming out in the next couple weeks.
Excellent. Anything else you want us to know about the Specialized Pastoral Ministry Conference coming up at the end of February here in St. Louis?
Nope, we're looking forward to it. This is going to be a really great opportunity for our church workers to come together again. Things are always weird after COVID, and it's one of the few opportunities we have to come together. We want to increase this going forward, but definitely encourage all of our church workers serving these areas to attend in person, if not virtually, and just gain the insight, wisdom from our professors, from our church workers working in the field, and again, collaborating with one another. Hope to see you there.
Very good. Our guest today, the Reverend Brian Heller, manager of LCMS Specialized Pastoral Ministry. Thanks for joining me on the Coffee Hour today.
All right. Thanks for having me, Andy.